You win. So a little staring contest there before I start the show. Welcome back to the Cian Malone Show. This can be the last Q&A style form that I'm going to do for it. We only got 2 questions, unfortunately, for the show. But that's all good, because we got 2 great questions. Next, it's going to be interview style, so look forward to that. But let's get into the questions, shall we? So Mairead asks, what do you think the purpose of life is, or are we just here to live? That's a very deep question. So the purpose of life, I don't know. I don't think anybody necessarily has the answer to what the purpose of life as a whole is. But I think everybody gives life its own purpose through their own experiences, through their own wants, their own desires. Everybody has their own road. So, and to the second part of that question, are we just here to live? I think we are just here to live and find our own purpose. Like make up our own purpose. I don't think it's inherently written before we're born. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's written in the stars or anything like that. Could be. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think we wrote it ourselves throughout our life. So I'd say we're just here to live, love, be happy. The quote that's on your ma's wall. It's a fact. So we're gonna go on to the next question here. We've only got 2. So Ian asks, where does the confidence come from? Is it I'm after messing that up terribly, and I'm gonna keep this in because you know I'm not perfect. I'm imperfect because I'm about to answer a question on confidence. So I'm gonna completely leave in my mistake. Where does the confidence come from? Is it a facade, or do you have this in real life? The thing I'd like to the thing I think. Yeah, so I'm turning the Cian Malone Show into an interview-based show, so I'll be actually interacting with other people. So I feel like I'll be able to show that I am exactly how I am on camera in person. It's I think Harry said it. Harry said it to me anyway when I met him, because he was one of the first people I met through content. I met them, we didn't know him before, so he just knew me as the vlogger fella, you know what I mean? And he was like, I'm literally the same in person. I just am me, I like being me, and you should like being you, because you are great. So enjoy being you, yeah. And so the confidence, where did it come from? To answer the question, because I'm just going off a little rant here. It's been built. I don't think I was born with. A lot of my family would say I was born with the gift of the gab. I don't necessarily think so. When I was younger, I was a bit more of a reserved child. I was shy. I was more of a listener than a talker. I'm a bit of a shy talker now, to be fair. I like talking. But I do also have them moments where I'll be the quietest one in the room, and I feel like confidence isn't like just something you have. It's a feeling you need to have. It's a feeling you need to have in life, for different things. Like you can kind of make yourself a confident person by being confident in yourself, because that's the manifestation of it. But what what I was saying is, what am I even saying? Like I'm not a philosopher. I'm just a youngster from Jobstown that's trying to figure this all out, But yeah, like I feel like it's built, like it's more of a mental thing. Like you tell yourself, it's not that just you're born confident. Some people, their upbringing, they're maybe encouraged more so that they'll feel more confident. Some kids aren't encouraged at all, and how are they supposed to feel confident in themselves if nobody's feeling confident in them? So it's circumstance a lot of the time. So I think it has to come from within. Certain people you could be around, groups that you're around when you're younger, especially when you're in the young teens. It's the kind of, everybody's just judging, and everybody's trying to figure themselves out. And they're just what you call it? They're projecting it all around. You went through it yourself. You're watching this. Most of the people who watch these videos are a bit older, so the mature fella. But what was I saying about confidence? Yeah. So, yeah, because I wasn't that confident as a kid. My dad would say beg to differ, should I say. Because he would say, when I was younger, he'd bring me to the barber shop, and when I was real young, and I'd just sit there and I'd tell him exactly what I wanted, and he was like, that's confidence, Joe, give me the money and get me to go to the person at the till or whatever, and he'd say, oh, that's confidence. But I kind of disagree. I was like, I don't think that's necessarily confidence. I think that's just human interaction, you know what I mean? I don't think you need to be confident to have human interaction. We're all one, we're all the same, so it shouldn't be like he's over me or she's, you know what I mean? We're here, we're not, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if you think you're here, we're here, yeah. But so the confidence thing was more built from just trusting in myself, like it was knocked obviously over the years. It wasn't something I just had. It's like, the confidence isn't like a steady line, you know. You're not always going to be confident in yourself. Even the most confident people in the world have lacked confidence in themselves, because to even be confident in yourself, you need to know what it feels like to not be confident. I don't know. Maybe there's people that are just confident from the absolute popped out confident, just they know what the crack is. But I feel like you kind of have to hate yourself at some point to find the love of yourself in a way, in a weird way, you know. And I think once you're just happy with yourself, how could you not be confident? If you need to be confident in the way you walk, the way you talk, just be happy being yourself, you know. So where did it come from? All over the gaff. Just picking shit up as I go, you know. I'd say I'll give you a funny story. It was when I was real young, when I was probably when I hit puberty. Like I would have been like third day when this happened. Yeah. So basically I lost all my puppy weight and I got a perm on the head, and I went from that fat kid that no girl would talk to, afraid to talk to girls, to this little skinny weasel with a perm and like getting loads of attention. I get loads of likes on Facebook and I thought I was the Dom Perignon. And I went from the least confident person in the room to the cockiest cunt in the country. Like, it was weird. So I think it was like a point of like a few rough years in the teens to bring that confidence down, little slap of reality, and you know, in between I found the confidence. Well, spits out there, falling out of my mouth there, that's disgusting. And I don't want to end on that, so I've no other questions, but if you've been enjoying this, it's the last Q&A. I'm sorry, I only got 2 questions for you. Now, maybe people don't want to hear me talk as much as I want to talk, but I'm going to keep talking anyway. That's the God's honest truth. But I'm gonna clock it off there. If you've any people you'd like to see on the Cian Malone Show, it's gonna be a whole new show. We're gonna have guests. You're gonna see my lovely face and someone talking with a nice background, not just me recording the gaff. We're going up a scale here now. And so to finish it all off, I hope you enjoyed. Leave an L person below, even if it's somebody who doesn't do content, because the majority of the people I have ready for interviews, of 10 people on the list so far, say it's a 70-30 split. 70 people don't make content at all. Actually, no, I don't have 100 people. There's not 70 people ready to come to the Cian Malone Show yet, but there is around 9 or 10. You know, I don't know. Some people might be saying yeah, they're not going to come on, but we're gonna have good guests ready to go anyway. So I'm gonna clock this off, because you know the longest fella for an outro is me. So I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Remember to chase them dreams, yours. Yeah. See you later.